The Germans ended up commanding the entire forces because the Hungarians were so ineffective, having come out of previous wars in the 1800s. They didn't bother to put and assemble a powerful military together because they didn't expect any type of offense to be coming from the Baltic states. That was the politics that they operated. But Kaiser Wilhelm and the German Empire at the time, they were the force behind what they were referred to as the Central Powers, which for the most part included, hey, let's go to that. Central Powers. Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire, which was the last residue of the Arab Empire that for the most part ran most of the Arab world. That ran most of the Arab world at the time. I shouldn't say most of, but a large portion. The reason why I say that is because the Brits had Egypt, they had Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, the Brits had Nigeria, they had South Africa at the time, they had Rhodesia, Southern Rhodesia, they had Northern Rhodesia, all these dark green. The Brits was bad, man. I keep telling you, 2 Ezra chapter 11 and 12, that was the mouth, that of the three heads, that was the strongest head. So the Central Powers were Germany, Austro-Hungarian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. Okay? So when it say the king, the most powerful of them were the Germans, who at the time was led by Kaiser Wilhelm II. Now, he didn't get killed in the war. That's why I said when he said the star fell, it wasn't talking about him. It was talking about the event that precipitated what it would later on be described between verses 2 and 10. Verse 11 says, and they had to sum it up. And the king at the time was who? It was Kaiser Wilhelm, the most powerful of the Central Powers. All right, it was because of them that the war lasted so long. It would have been one of them who knows what place wars, man. Go ahead.
Verse 11 again. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon,
which means destroyer. And that wasn't the Ottomans, and that wasn't the Austro-Hungarians. That was the Germans. They had that power. Go ahead.
But in the Greek tongue, had his name Apollyon.
Apollyon, which is the same. In the Greek, how do you say destroyer is Apollyon, in Hebrew is Abaddon or Abaddon. Go ahead.
Verse 12. One woe is past.
Now read that again.
One woe is past.
So it sums it up. One woe. Remember, what woe is he referring to? What woe is John referring to when he said one was past? He's referring to one of those last three that we read about in Revelation chapter 8, verse 13. All right. How many minutes we got?
12.
Okay. The one that signed hands. Go ahead.
One woe is past. And behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
Now, that's true. That is talking about. How could you not see that that's not talking about World War I? Or that how could you not see that that is talking about World War I? When he lets you know this is one and there's only two more left. So that's the event that at the time or immediately after was referred to as the Great War. That after the second and actually worse of it would happen, World War II. Then it began to be known as World War I. Because they didn't expect, that was why let's say the social, global, financial architects was actually using that event to force the people to desire world government. This was actually the first stage, one of the very first stages toward world government, because subsequent to that event, the League of Nations, which was the earliest version of today, what we know as the United Nations. World War I. One war is past, and what?
Verse 12 again. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
All right, read on down.
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Now let me say this. Now when you start dealing with the sixth vial, this is you're gonna see from here on down, from verse 13, it's talking about the dynamic that we're in today. So when he says the sixth angel was given his vial, and he said, what?
Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Matter of fact, don't read no more. Let's go get this map set up so we can get something a little bit more, something in the Arab world. You think we want to go before or behind? I think we want to go back over time. Wait, hold on. Before we do that, let me just see. Because the farther we go, they're leading us away from the Middle East until we get to the last one, and then it doesn't have as it doesn't have as, yeah, that's not good. That's World War II, the European theater, or the South Pacific, actually. Spain, no, doesn't have that there. And this is the last one. So we will have to go forward, but then we back. We're just looking for the right map, geographically speaking. The right map, geographically. Okay, let's do this. Go ahead. You got yours? Hold on, we're going to do some more. I want to get the Persian Gulf. The Persian Gulf. Go ahead and read it, brother. Read it again, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to look for it. Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 14. Say to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Okay, that's talking about this right here. When it said loose, there are 4 angels that are bound in the great river Euphrates. This is the Euphrates right here. Alright? You see the word that said Mesopotamia? That's the Greek word meso, meaning between or center, and Potomac or Potamia means rivers, because that's what it means, between the rivers. It's talking about, now you notice it says Iraq. Loose the river, read it again.
Say to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Go ahead. The great river Euphrates is talking about the land where the Euphrates runs through. Now today, that landmass is called Iraq. So what it's letting us know is that there was going to be an event or a time when the Most High was going to give the command and that the angels in the region were going to be activated to begin to work on the minds of the kings of the area. Now let's go get that. Keep on reading.
Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year.
Now when it says for an hour and a day, and a month and a year, it's talking about there's going to be 1 hour within 1 day, within a month, within a designated year. In other words, you can say it backward. The Most High have designated a specific year, and within that year there's designated a specific month, and within that month there's designated a specific day. That what? That within that day there's designated a specific hour that the Most High is going to finally give the decree and end this whole thing with what we call, or with what the scriptures refer to as Armageddon, the final battle, in which Christ comes and intervenes and destroys all the kingdoms or destroys all of the armies of the kingdoms. Because the process that this scripture is speaking of right now is that the Most High got the angels working on the minds of kings, drawing them into that quagmire, drawing them into that region. Read on down, brother.
For to slay the 3rd part of men.
When it said the 3rd part of men, it's talking about the sons of the wicked. The Most High got man on the earth broken down into 3 classifications. You got the sons of the righteous, you have the sons of men, and you got the sons of the wicked. The sons of the righteous, or the sons of God, are the Israelites that are scattered in all kingdoms right now. The sons of men are the nations that follow whichever is in power, like the Chinese, the Japanese, the different, the different dark nations. And then the sons of the wicked, the 3rd classification, are the Edomites. Their father, their spiritual father being Satan himself, spiritual demon Satan. So read that and listen. Now let's go get a precept on that real quick. I want to go to Revelations. That's chapter. Did you finish that verse? Yeah. Read it one more time, and we're going to bounce to Revelation chapter 16.
Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, to slay the third part of men.
Okay, now this is talking about these forces being released from the great river Euphrates. So let me say this. That's beautiful because you don't got to be a mathematician. Hell, you don't even got to be no prophet. All you got to do is follow current events to know what that's talking about. In other words, if the great river Euphrates runs through Iraq, in other words, when did that event take place? But in 1991, with the first invasion. All right, with the first recent invasion. That place been invaded so many times in the dawn of history. You know what I mean? But when it says loose the angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates, let's do this. Let's go to the book of Joel. Go to Revelation chapter 16. Revelation chapter 16, and we're going to read verse 12. Okay. You're going to read verses 12. Yeah, just verse 12. Go ahead.
Revelation 16 and verse 12. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates.
Once again, now verse chapter 9, verse 15 said the 6th angel blew a trumpet. What did it say? Verse 15.
Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed.
But the verse before that, it says,
trumpet, yeah.
Read it again.
Says the 6th angel which had the trumpet.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to show you. That the trumpets, the vials, the seals, they're all talking about moments or eras in which significant events are prophesied to occur. So this is a major prophecy, because with the entering in, with the invasion of Iraq, or Kuwait in 1991 and 2003, the bombing of Iraq or Baghdad, we can easily know what? That concerning time, concerning the Most High's plan, we have been ushered into the time of the 6th seal, into the time of the 6th trumpet, into the time of the 6th vial. In other words, there's only 7. And the 7th vial, the 7th vial being poured over, the 7th trumpet being sounded, the 7th seal being broken, that's literally talking about the last event called what? Armageddon, the dropping of the bomb on Babylon, on America. Okay? Okay, let's do that. What verse you at now? Chapter 16 and verse what? 12? Read it.
And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. And the water thereof was dried up.
Now, it's not talking about the river actually drying up. It's talking about circumstances making it. It's talking about a pathway being made to draw nations there. The river didn't dry up. Hell, the white man done flew over there. That's how he got there. So this is symbolic, meaning the Most High creating the circumstance using the minds of all the kings of the earth, or today we call them heads of the state, you understand, to create a circumstance that's going to draw each country, each civilization's army in. So you already got the American army, and then what? Coalition of the willing. Then you got Iran is getting drawn in now. You understand? Afghanistan, hell, that was this second time around, they entered into Iraq in 1991. Then they bombed it for 10 years before they entered into it, 12 years before they entered into it again. All right? Where we at? 1 minute yet? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 12 again. And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates. And the water thereof was dried up, and the way of the kings of the east might be prepared.
All right, prepared, in other words, to enter in. So we're going to take a break right now, change the tape, and we're going to pick up where we left off. All right? Shalom.